Hi everybody, I am Igor Smirnov, International Grandmaster and chess coach. I've decided to develop a chess course called the Grandmaster's Secrets. During this introduction video, I'm going to tell you some general information about the course and why I decided to make it. During my chess career as a player and a coach, I have seen that most players have the same problems and make the same mistakes. Though students use a lot of chess books, programs, and other tutorials, these do not seem to greatly improve their individual skill. I want to tell you why this happens, which is why I've decided to make this really helpful teaching course. I will help you avoid these typical mistakes and give you a concrete guide for your chess development. The biggest problem chess players have, in my opinion, is the accumulation of pointless knowledge. What am I talking about? I know a lot of players who spend a lot of time on chess. They study it for 5 or even 8 hours a day. They buy all the new chess books and programs, spending quite a bit of money, but they still have no international titles or any other serious results. Why does this happen? It's because knowledge is not the only thing necessary to be a strong player. There are two parts, and knowledge is only one of them. The second part, which is even more important, is your thinking process, your system of thinking. There is a big difference between knowing something and being able to apply it in practice. If you want to use your knowledge during a game, you need to have a clear system of thinking. That's why you should focus mostly on the system of thinking and not on getting new knowledge. Let me tell you a story. When I was a 13-year-old boy, I played training games with an adult professional chess coach. During our communication, I realized that he knew much more about chess than I did. He knew nearly all the opening variations, a lot of endgame positions, and many strategical and tactical ideas. He had extensive knowledge about chess. However, even though he had this knowledge, I was able to win nearly all the games we played. It was a huge surprise for me. Why was he still not a grandmaster, or at least an international master? Ever since that time, I thought about why this happens, and now I know the answer. A chess player needs to know how to apply knowledge and practice. This chess coach, he knew an incredible amount about chess. He knew many different things. However, his system of thinking, it was undeveloped, and he was unable to apply this knowledge and practice. It is much more important to develop this system of thinking than it is to get an overflow of this pointless knowledge. Magnus Carlsen, he started to win a lot of games against strong grandmasters at age 15. Do you think he knew more than adult grandmasters? Players who had spent 20 or 30 years learning chess? Certainly not. What Carlsen did know was how to use everything he had learned in every game he played. He has an incredibly developed system of thinking. Most chess books and tutorials tend to focus on the knowledge side of this equation. Recall, though, that knowledge alone is not enough to make you a good player. If you cannot apply it in practice, then it is pointless and thus useless for you. If someone tells me they know a good chess book, I always ask them if they've started to play better after reading it. That would seem to me to be the only criteria to judge a book's quality. The first conclusion, then, is that you should not get new knowledge all the time. Rather, it is more important to improve one's system of thinking. The second conclusion is that you should try to apply every idea which you know about chess during your games. How does one do this? Improve your system of thinking. Such a system should be very organized. It should contain concrete steps of what you should do during every phase of game. The first step, the second step, etc. During a game, chess players have approximately 1 to 3 minutes for every move, and you shouldn't just think randomly about your play. It is better to understand what you want to do in a given situation, and this should be well understood before the game. A good system of thinking helps to solve this problem, and each chess player needs to develop one. In the lesson, How to Play a Chess Game, I will tell you how to do this properly. The second typical mistake is just a continuation of the first one. It is focusing on the quantity of chess information, but not on the quality. Some players create a learning plan for themselves. They plan how many pages of a book they need to read in a day, or how many tactical puzzles they are going to solve. This is a huge mistake for sure. Nearly all grandmasters read books very slowly. They try to make study on a high quality level, to understand deeply all the ideas that the book contains. I know one grandmaster who took 3 years to read a single book. After reading it, he increased his rating 100 points and is now rated over 2,600. Now, certainly 3 years for a single book is a bit extreme, but the point is clear. It is much better to read one book and deeply understand it than to read 20 books with only superficial understanding. This rapid method of reading just wastes time. It is not beneficial because it doesn't increase your understanding and objectivity. The third huge problem, which nearly all players have and which I have seen in nearly all of my new pupils, is a lack of basic chess knowledge. I will try to illustrate this with a common life example. When someone starts to learn mathematics at school, they learn the numerals first and how to add and subtract them. Afterwards, they can learn more difficult operations such as multiplication and division. Finally, when these tasks are mastered, they start to learn gradually even the most complex systems. Chess development should be similar, but beginning chess players don't do this. In their effort to improve, they will buy a book by world champion Garry Kasparov in hopes it will help them improve their play. After reading for a while, they start to read a different book, one that perhaps their friend recommends. This method only allows the new chess player to attain separate random knowledge, and random knowledge will lead to random results. Anything they achieve will be sporadic at best. The student has tried to learn complex mathematical operations without even knowing the numerals. Chess players need basic knowledge. Only then will development become surer, easier, even faster. For the beginner, it is hard to realize what exactly these basic ideas are. In the lesson How to Learn Chess, I will answer this question in detail. The fourth mistake is the expectation of quick results. Beginning chess players usually start with strong motivation and a good desire for success. They say to themselves, I will study hard. I will do my best and win a lot of games and tournaments. It just doesn't happen this way. This is like a sedentary person trying to become a professional bodybuilder in a short time just by knowing how to exercise. It's impossible. It takes time to achieve good results in bodybuilding, and it's the same in chess. The expectation of quick results will only be met with disappointment. Chess players should focus, rather, on the quality of their games, not the results. When children learn chess, parents often focus on the results, on winning, and this puts additional pressure on the child. This makes it harder for the child to concentrate on chess, to play normal, or even to enjoy the game. Likewise, when adults put pressure on themselves to perform, the added pressure often detracts from performance and possibly even interest in chess. Many strong grandmasters focus on quality, not the result of games. This allows steady progress and improvement of skills, and only in time can a player start to expect real results and maybe even prizes. If you read the interviews of Kramnik or Anand and pay attention on their attitude during training games, you will see that they are quite calm and pay less attention to the result than a lot of beginners. This is the correct attitude. You should play high quality games first of all, and only then will you get the result automatically. Finally, I would like to make a recommendation. Many beginners buy very expensive chess books and programs. This is unnecessary. The latest and greatest chess engine used by the top grandmasters will not make you a better player. A lot of money can be saved by buying even the cheapest one. All chess engines are very strong, probably stronger than most students need. Any one of them can help improve your play. These are the biggest mistakes and problems students have made during my career as a player and coach, and they are the ones to avoid if you truly want to improve your playing strength. During my course, The Grandmaster's Secrets, I will show you exactly how you can avoid these mistakes and how you can make your training effective. I am practical and avoid pointless knowledge. I orientate only on concrete results. These lessons will surely bring immediate progress. I hope you enjoy them.